Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we jump into this get ready with me video, there is just something that I wanted to tell my subscribers. I don't really have the strength to talk too much about it right now, but something has happened in my personal life and it was extremely traumatizing. Today is the first day that I have been functioning somewhat normal. I am probably at some point going to make a video about what happened just so that my subscribers can kind of know what's been going on. But I guess I just wanted to kind of start this intro out by letting everyone know that I am not myself. I don't really know when I will be back to normal, if I'll ever be back to normal. So I'm gonna try really, really hard, and I feel like I'm going to be able to do it in terms of like getting my videos up 3 times a week, maybe even more than that, because that's kind of the only thing that is really keeping me going right now. So yeah, if I seem just off or weird or whatever in my videos from here on out, that's why. You know, for the past 3 days, like I have just been inconsolable, kind of fluctuating back and forth between just like uncontrollable emotional pain to complete and total numbness. So today is like the first day I've taken a shower in like over 3 days. And yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, that that's kind of how things are right now. But today I am leaving the house for the second time in the past 3 days. Yesterday was really, really bad when I left. And so I'm going out to lunch today with my mom and with my brother and sister, just trying to get back into functioning like a human. So I decided to kind of just sit down and do my makeup, and that does make me feel better because it's extremely distracting. You know, it helps to keep my mind off of things, but I just figured that I would film this with you. It's a really colorful look, kind of masking a lot of things that I'm feeling right now. My immediate reaction was to do something extremely dark, but you know, I have to pull myself out of this. So, yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy the actual like physical content, like what I did with my makeup today. I'm not myself in this video at all. And, you know, so I apologize for that, but I hope that you guys enjoy the actual look that I have created for you. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. Bye. All right, so my eyes are already primed. I just used the NYX HD primer or the concealer, and then I buffed it out with a damp beauty sponge, and then I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills banana powder to kind of set that. So the first color I am going in with is from the Lid Lingerie NYX palette, and I'm taking this pinky peach shade right here, and I'm going to buff that into my crease using my Sigma E40 brush. So now I'm going to go in with this really pretty kind of muted lavender shade, and I'm going in with the same exact brush, same exact technique, just putting this into my crease, but I'm going to keep it a little bit lower, so that way it kind of blends with the other shade. And I don't want the shade, I don't want this shadow to be right on top. I want it to kind of be a gradient effect going down. So I'm going to keep it lower in the crease. Now I'm going back in with that peachy shade, and I'm just going to buff that out so that there's no harshness between the two. Now I'm going in with a little tiny bit of this burnt orange shade, and I'm going to put that literally like right into my crease area, just keeping it really low and mostly on the outer corner. This shade I'm not going to be putting into my inner corner at all. And I am using a Morphe brush to do this. It's just a little goat hair, or not goat hair, it's like, I don't know. It's just a white hair brush. I don't know what it is actually. So this is just going to add a little bit more depth to the crease area and just add a little bit more color, because I do want this to be a pretty colorful makeup look, barely bringing it into that inner corner. Now I'm going to go back in with that purple shade again on my Sigma E40 brush just to kind of blend this out. And putting that red down is going to intensify this purple. So it's just going to create more depth. I am drinking tea right now. I'm trying to go on kind of, not like a full weird detox or anything like that, but I am trying to get a lot healthier just because I have not been taking good care of myself for a while now, and I want to lose weight for health reasons, and you know, there's just reasons why I want to get healthy again. But right now I'm drinking mint and a detox tea, and it's actually really yummy. The detox tea is from Yogi, and then the mint is from Tazo. It's really, really good. Okay, now I'm going into my NYX Avant Pop palette. I'm taking this really pretty, it's picking up kind of more gray on camera, but it is a true lavender shade in person, and it has a lot of shimmer in it. So I'm going to be taking this on a shader brush and applying it all over my lid. And I am just using the tapered eyeshadow brush from Bare Minerals. Had this brush for a really, really long time, but it gets the job done. It's really nice. If you wanted to intensify the shadow, you could of course spray some Fix Plus or, you know, whatever. I don't use MAC products, but eye drops would work. You know, whatever you have in your collection just to kind of wet the shadow. Anything that has glycerin in it will do a really good job. So I'm trying not to keep it, or I'm trying not to put it too far up, because I do want those other shadows to come through, so I'm kind of keeping it lower on my lid. But I feel like NYX has really done a great job with their shadows lately. Their NYX, their Avant Pop collection was really great, and then the Cosmic Metals palette and the Lid Lingerie palette have been really, really awesome. I've been enjoying those for sure. I'm going to go back into the Lid Lingerie palette with that brick red shade, and I'm going to do the same exact thing with my Morphe brush, just apply that directly into the crease area for some depth. Because putting that purple shade just kind of made it lose its depth. Lately I've been trying to just experiment with different colors together, and you know, instead of just sticking to the same like warms with warms, cool tone with cool tone, that kind of thing, I've just been trying to branch out a little bit. I'm going back in with that purple shade from the Lid Lingerie palette with my Sigma brush just to kind of buff this all out. Now I'm going to take this really creamy kind of vanilla yellow shade, and I'm going to use that to highlight my brow bone. I'm just taking this little itty bitty shader brush from Ulta. I got it in like one of their gift sets or something. It's just really tiny. I'm just going to highlight right there. I'm going to lunch today with my mom and my brother and sister, and it'll be the second time that I've left the house since everything happened. So I'm kind of nervous because the first time I left the house, things did not go very well. So we'll see. My skin has been extremely dry lately, mainly because I haven't washed my face in like 3 days. But I am going to use the Becca Backlight Priming Filter to add a little bit of hydration and luminosity to my skin. I just take 2 pumps of that, and I will rub it between my fingers and then apply it all over the entire face. I have been having extreme breakouts lately, so, you know, my foundation probably isn't going to look very good today, but That's okay. For my foundation, I'm going to be mixing the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation Fluid and the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. I have heard from a couple of my friends on YouTube that mixing this one in with foundation works a lot better than just using it by itself. And since, if you guys have seen that video, it is an extremely light shade. I got the shade Light Ivory. It's way too light for me, but this one is a tad bit too dark for me right now. So I'm going to mix them together and hopefully it'll be okay. We'll see. I'm just going to be using my damp beauty sponge to blend everything out. This one is from Real Techniques and I love it. So mixed together, it seems like, well, for one, it definitely seems to be a much better shade for my skin tone. And the consistency, like the NYX foundation didn't ruin the Josie Maran foundation, so that's a good thing. It's still very vibrant, still very pretty, nice dewy finish. So yeah, I would definitely recommend at least so far, I'm hoping it doesn't break up my foundation, but if it does, then I will write that in the description box when I upload this video. But so far, it's doing a pretty good job. So now I'm going to be using the NYX HD Studio concealer. This one is in the shade Beige. I just picked this up. I have used this concealer in other shades before. This is my first time using it in Beige. But I really like the consistency. I've heard a couple people say that it is pretty comparable to the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in terms of the formula and the coverage. That concealer I think is $28. This one is, I believe, $5. So, you know, unless you're I gotta have it because it has a name on it kind of girl, then this one is definitely going to be the better pick, I would say. But I have wanted to try the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer for myself because I've never owned that. But every time I go in there, I don't know, I just see like how thin of a tube it is and how expensive it is. And I just have a really hard time convincing myself that it would be worth the money. So I don't know, maybe one day. Now I'm just going to set that with my banana powder from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I really want to look into getting some different setting powders because I know that I use this one all the time and it's probably boring to you guys, but I do like to set all the areas of my face that I do tend to get more oily. I'm going to quickly do my brows. I use the Model Launcher Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. It's pretty comparable, at least when I've swatched, to the Anastasia Brow Definer. I just like this one because I got it in, I think, like an Ipsy bag or something like that a while ago, and it's really good, but I'm just going to do this really quickly, film it off camera because brows are kind of boring. To finish off my under eye area, I'm going to take the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Fast Lane. It's a really pretty kind of green shade. It's a really dark green, but it really makes my brown eyes pop. So I'm just going to put that into the waterline. I haven't used these ColourPop liners before. I just swatched them on my waterline the other day. I bought them a little while ago. I have the shade, I have the black shade, and then I have the flesh tone shade. When I applied them, they came across really pigmented, which I like, and I don't know how well they're going to stay, but if they don't stay very well, then I will put that in the description box below for you guys. And then for my lower lash line, I'm going to be taking this really pretty turquoise shade. This is by NARS, and the set, the little duo right here, is called Habanera, but it comes with a really pretty metallic turquoise and then a really pretty dark metallic purple shade. I have been wanting to use this combination for a really long time, but I honestly don't know why I haven't. Maybe because we're just now getting into spring, but I'm just going to take that on a pencil brush by Morphe and smudge that into the lower lash line. I think that this color really complements that green liner super well. Like together, they look really, really pretty. So to highlight the inner corner of my eye, I'm taking the Wet n Wild highlighter. This one is in the shade, what are you? Precious Petals. I really, really love these highlighter formulas, and I'm just going to be taking, again, the Ulta Small eyeshadow brush and just popping this directly into that inner corner. I'm going to give my lashes a quick curl, and then I'm going to go in with my mascara. So for my upper lashes, I'm going to be mixing the two Wet n Wild mascaras. This one is the Mega Length and this one is the Mega Impact. I'm going in with the Mega Length first for lengthening, obviously, and then I'm going to go in with the Mega Impact for volumizing. And I like to do it whenever the first mascara is wet, so I'm going to apply this first and then immediately go in with the other one. For my lower lashes, I'm just going to be using the Mega Impact mascara. This one works really well for the lower lashes. The lengthening mascara that I was using is too wet for my lower lashes, so it transfers really badly, so that's why I like to use this one. So for my bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Ticket to Brazil. It's a really, really beautiful bronzer. I love the formula of this. It's perfect for my skin tone right now because it's not too warm and it's not too cool, and it's not too dark for my skin right now. So I'm not taking like a contour brush or anything like that. I'm just using it to really just warm up the skin in the areas that I want it to be more warm. So kind of where I would normally contour, but it's not going to be precise or harsh today. And I'm taking a really big fluffy Eco Tools blending brush to do this. Or not blending brush, a powder brush. And it's not too much. It's very subtle and pretty. For my blush, I'm taking my new Too Faced blush right here. It's a really pretty peachy shade, and it is called I Will Always Love You. And I am using my Morphe E4 brush to apply this to the apples of my cheeks. Holy crap, and that is pigmented. I really need to find a good brow setting gel that is cruelty-free. I don't want to spend a buttload of money on the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, so if you guys have any recommendations, please leave it down in the comments below because my brows go crazy throughout the day. For my highlight, I'm using the same shade that I use to highlight the inner corners of my eye. It is from Wet n Wild, called Precious Petals. It's a really pretty champagne-y pink color. I have really loved Wet n Wild products recently. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like overall drugstore makeup has just recently gotten a lot better. So that's pretty cool because it sucks whenever you have to spend a buttload of money for a really good product. I mean, I don't mind doing that, but if I can help it, I would prefer, obviously, to buy drugstore. But look how pretty that highlight is. It just looks so wet and nice on the skin. And then for my nose and Cupid's bow highlight, I'm taking the Morphe M504 brush and just applying it onto the tip of my nose and the bridge. If you're oily, I don't recommend doing that because most people who are oily get oily in that area. So, but I am more dry than anything. I do get some oil sometimes, but it's more dry for sure. Then before I apply my lip product, I'm going in with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray to set everything. If you live in a really humid climate, I recommend getting this spray. It just makes you feel really refreshed. If you're the kind of person who, you know, would go to Disney World or, you know, somewhere where you're walking around a lot and you wear makeup. I'm not that kind of person, but if you are, I recommend bringing that with you just because it feels super, super refreshing on the skin. So to finish off, I am taking a lip liner. This one is by Jordana and it's in the shade Rockin' Rose. It's kind of a gray nude shade. It's really, really pretty. Jordana lip liners are probably my favorite lip liners that I have come across. They're just super, super smooth on the skin. Then for my lipstick, I am taking Bite Beauty in the shade Vouvray. It's a really pretty pink shade. And that completes this makeup look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you guys so much for being super, super supportive. Everyone is just really, really kind. Yeah, I feel really thankful to have the subscribers and the viewers that I do, because I know that a lot of people do struggle with, you know, kind of just the internet hate and stuff, and I haven't really come across that much on my channel. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much for just being really supportive. Yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me video, and I will be seeing you soon.